Last but not least, my Pisces. Pisces, what do I have for you guys for December 2025? Let's see. Something's hiding under there. Ooh, a lot of red here, Pisces. A lot of red. Red is power, guys. Let's see what's going on. All right, for Pisces in December 2025. My Pisces. What's going on for you guys in December 2025? Clearly, as you guys can see in the card here, the theme of the red, right? Colors have, symbolism here. Power is going to be a big, big thing for you guys in December 2025 Pisces. But I think that this is power in you guys moving forward with your life, with decisions, with honestly, all areas, Pisces, all areas, all things of your life here where you guys are maybe at a point of, you know, reevaluation. Like you're kind of looking at your life. You're like, okay, all right, this is what I've done so far. These are the goals that I've achieved. These are the things that I've hit, the milestones that I've made so far in my life. But I feel like you've kind of gotten to a point where you're like, not lacking, but there should be more. You want to be doing more. And I think, we've been a little lazy. And I say we because, this is me too. I'm a Pisces. I think we've been a little bit lazy and kind of complacent, maybe a little stagnant with our energy and, our goals in moving forward, where it's like, okay, we're cruising, things are working fine, whatever. I don't really got to shake it up. I don't got to work too hard, we're coasting. But now, the universe is kind of like, well, you can't do that forever. Okay. You can't just sit on your hands forever. Like, you need to have a decision. You need to be moving forward. You need to be using the power that we give you to move forward, to change, to grow. And I think for you guys this month, you're really, and I think for you guys this month, Pisces, you're really looking at your future in a lens that you may not have looked at before, where, you're seeing, you know, you're starting to plan more for the future. You're starting to look more at like your goals, a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. Like, what do you want to achieve for yourself? What do you want to see? And I feel like too, this, plays heavily on like your education, on you growing and evolving and learning and, really making sure that you're well-rounded, like in studies, in, just knowledge in general. I think you've reached a point of your life here, Pisces, where you want that power, you want that knowledge, you want that power of, your mental abilities to just like really be heightened and to really be there. And I feel like you have this desire to grow and to change and to really shift, who you are as a person. And you have this mindset and this goal of like, things, what else can I do? What more can I do? Like, I need more, I need more. And that's great. You're having this desire and this change to move forward, to grow and to, kind of like reach for the stars and to grab, what is available to you. But I think you kind of have a tendency of, stopping when there's a ceiling, instead of like wanting to shatter through that ceiling, wanting to push past that. You kind of have this tendency of like, oh, there's a block. All right, what am I going to do now? Maybe I shouldn't go any further. You got to shatter that. We got to break through that ceiling. We got to move forward. We have to push past that. And I think, in the past, you've revisited, you're revisiting now some things in the past that you wanted to change or some things that you wanted to do. And you've hit those blocks, you've hit those ceilings. Maybe you applied to school, you didn't get in, you wanted to go do something, but you hit a roadblock financially. Now is the time to bring that back up. Now is the time to reevaluate these things and these goals that you've set. They've kind of like put on the back burner and put on the shelf because you hit that ceiling and you hit that block. And now it's time for you to go back through that and to relook at your goals, pick those goals out and be like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to try again. I'm going to push through this. If I hit a block, that doesn't mean it's the end. I find another way. I find another solution, another option. And I think we kind of need to use that power that we have at our disposal of, fighting, of moving forward, of, not taking no for an answer, not rolling over, when they say, okay, well, that's it. That's all you can do. No, there's more that you could be doing, Pisces. You can achieve your goals. You can achieve, the dreams that you've set for yourself, but you have to shatter through those glass ceilings. You have to break through these barriers and, these obstacles that are holding you back. And in life, when you're doing things that are in alignment with you and your life contract and your life path, you will receive blocks and obstacles, but that doesn't mean that you need to throw it away and you need to table it and you're like, oh, if this wasn't exactly smooth and free flowing and there wasn't any obstacles, then it wasn't meant to be. Like, that's how it should have been, and that meant that it was for me and it was destined for me. No, 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 that is not how that goes. When you are doing things that you're supposed to be doing, like in life, and again, like in contract with your life and your path here, you will hit those blocks, you will hit those obstacles, but you have to push past that. You have to go around it. It's never easy. It's never easy following your life's journey and your life path. There's always going to be blocks and obstacles, but they're lessons underneath there, and they're going to make you stronger. They're going to sturdy you and kind of build that armor around you to push past and to keep going, to fight the next fight. So this month, step into your power, Pisces. Take your life back. Start doing things that you need to be doing and, plan out your future. Look for your goals. Where do you want to be? It's time for you guys to level up. And that's going to set the tone for your next year. Are you doing it? Are you moving forward? Are you taking charge? Or are you going to sit back and kind of let life pass you by here? So good luck, Pisces. And thank you, everybody. That was the end of the 2025 horoscopes for December for the year. I can't believe we're already wrapping up this year. I'm so happy that you guys have tuned in and you were able to hopefully get some guidance and insight on your horoscopes. I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of the year and good luck.